Yo, what is up, guys? It is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, back again today with another fantasy football video. Today's video is Week 7 wide receivers start or sit. I go through every single matchup of this week's slate. Now, before I get into this video, before I get into every single wide receiver, I'd like to give you guys a word from my sponsor, OverlayDFS.com. Make sure to check them out. Play the role now. Are you tired of having to pick the perfect player at every single position in order to win on salary cap DFS? Are you tired of having your salary cap lineup out of the running to win that money in the first 5 minutes of the games? Does playing salary cap DFS feel like a job and not even a game? Want a fantasy game where pros with 150 lineups and computer-generated programs can't dominate? OverlayDFS.com has a new revolutionary start-sit game for fantasy sports. They're the home of the single-entry GPP. How do you play? Like I said, it's a simple start-sit format. You make 12 start-sit decisions from the 30-plus matchups presented, like you can see on my screen right now for Week 6. A win, loss, or tie will be awarded to your overall record for each decision you make. Records in the top 10% of users win 9 times your buy-in. 12-0 records win GTD progressive bonus. All matchups are player versus player who will have the most total fantasy points. Usually 8-4 records are good enough to get that cash. Sometimes 7-5, other times 9-3, depending on the week. You make 12 picks in the matchups options listed. For example, for week 6, it could be Pat Mahomes versus Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield versus Andy Dalton, Dalvin Cook versus Alvin Kamara, and many, many more. The object is to stay consistent and finish in the top 10% of the field to win 9 times your buy-in until the stars align and you go that beautiful 12-0. Right now, if you go a perfect 12-0 in the $109 game, you'll win the progressive bonus of over $26,000. They have buy-ins at all levels. If no one hits the perfect 12-0 record of the progressive bonus, keeps growing and growing and growing until it gets hit. It's like the super contest, but for DFS. Don't get shut out. Visit www.overlaydfs.com today. Huge shout out to Overlay DFS. They help me just do all these videos. They're the reason why I can come to you guys with so many videos every single week. So make sure to check them out, please. It would really mean a lot to me. Let's get right into this Week 7 wide receiver start or sits. First game, here's the Thursday night football game. Chiefs at the Denver Broncos. You're going to be starting up Tyreek the Freak in this game. Obviously, Tyreek Hill had a phenomenal game last week, coming back off that injury. Ended up going up, climbing the ladder, grabbing that touchdown over 2 men. Made them look like baby boys. Made them look like BBBs, baby back bitches, and fucking put his way straight into the end zone. Tyreek Hill is going to be great against the Broncos defense this week. And Mecole Hardman's got the next to him because I am kind of worried. I'm very worried about Demarcus Robinson. He's definitely a sit. He's not even on the screen. I'm not considering starting him unless Tyreek was to get hurt again or unless Sammy Watkins is out for the rest of the season. Sammy Watkins is a sit as well because I don't know if he's going to play. Right now, I'd probably say he's not going to play, but he's a sit. Even if he's in the game, I'm not too confident starting Mr. Sammy W. I'm going to be eating a W with Emmanuel Sanders and Courtland Sutton as my starts this week. I like Emmanuel Sanders and Courtland Sutton pretty much every week. I feel like Courtland Sutton is more of a touchdown dependent guy, but is still pretty consistent going up the field. Same with Emmanuel Sanders. I have decent confidence in these guys, especially against a Chiefs defense that has looked poor thus far this season. Next game here is the Raiders at the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to be starting a few guys in this game. Tyrell Williams, if he's healthy, if he's good to go, I'm slotting him into my lineup. You know Derek Carr loves to target him in the red zone, loves to target him down the field, and loves putting the ball into Tyrell Williams' hands. He has a lot of confidence in Tyrell Williams. I think if Tyrell Williams is healthy, he's a must start for me. And Zay Jones, if Tyrell Williams is out, Zay Jones got his ass shipped from Buffalo, Mr. Joshy Allen, straight to Mr. Derek Carr. Now, how ready is he now? They had the bye week last week. I think he should be good to go and be confident in starting Zay Jones this week, given Tyrell Williams is out. I am going to be starting Davante Adams in this game if he's healthy. Now, who knows how healthy he is? I would assume if he doesn't go this week, it's for sure for next week. But I think Davante Adams will end up playing in this game. The Packers clearly have been missing him, even though they've been winning. It has looked quite ugly. Geronimo Allison obviously got absolutely destroyed at the end of that game. I'm surprised he is alive and walking at this very point. Is he okay? Who knows? He's a sit. MVS if healthy. MVS if good to go. If Adams is out, I'm pretty confident in starting MVS in this game, and maybe even the Lizard Man, who doesn't even get a part in this video because you're probably not going to start him unless MVS is completely out. Next guy to talk about here, or next game, I should say, is the LA Rams and Jared Goff going up against the Falcons. Now, I'm going to be starting all three wide receivers of the Rams in this game. Cooper Kupp got absolutely locked down by the 49ers last week. Robert Woods ended up hopping his way into the end zone on a tricky run play, and Brandon Cooks got his ass locked down. This is not the 49ers defense they're facing this week. It is the Atlanta Falcons. Strap me up, put me in this fucking game because I can score against the Falcons defense. The Falcons defense has looked atrocious. I think that the Falcons defense is just so bad that I think the Rams are going to flourish in this game. Now, Julio Jones, I got as a start, as well as Calvin Ridley. Now, Jalen Ramsey has been traded to the LA Rams. If Jalen Ramsey plays, he's going to shadow Julio Jones. If he shadows Julio Jones and he's actually going to play in this game, I am very scared about Julio Jones. But if he's not in the game, likely going to be out, in my opinion, then Julio Jones will be fine. Calvin Ridley proved that he is definitely a guy that you can start pretty much every single week the past couple of weeks producing. Now I'm going to be sitting Mohamed Sanu. While I think he is a safety net for Mr. Matt Ryan, I'm just not sure every game he's going to be a guy you want to be starting. Next game here is the 49ers at the Redskins. And I'm going to be starting Mr. Scary Terry. Terry McLaurin has looked great every single game, no matter how hard the defense is. No matter if it was against the Bears, ate against the Bears. He'll eat against any team. Last week destroyed the Dolphins like it was just an evisceration of the Dolphins. Terry McLaurin looked amazing. I'm going to be sitting everyone else in the game, though. A lot of people try to get a bit smart. Oh, let me start Debo Samuel. Let me start Devontae Adams. I don't know why that sounded like a Mexican accent there, but why would I why would I start Devontae, not Devontae Adams, I should say, Debo Samuel, Dante Pettis, all these guys. That's who they're trying to start. Don't be doing that. Don't be hopping on board that train. Just don't do it. Stay clear away from the 49ers. Wide receivers, just play George Kittle. Next game here is the Texans at the Colts. The Texans and the Colts both look great. I'm going to be starting up DeAndre Hopkins for the Texans. Now, D-Hop has not been playing up to his ability. He needs to start playing up to his ability. There's no way you can bench him. There is actually no way in your right mind you can bench DeAndre Hopkins for so many other people. It is near impossible. DeAndre Hopkins should be in for a bounce back eventually, and I hope it's this game. Now, Will Fuller had a dominant week before last week. Absolutely tore it up last week. Absolutely shit his bed. He needs some goddamn huggies on him because he did not play well this week against the Colts. I think he's in for a much better game. Now, T.Y. Hilton, been dealing with an injury. I think he's good to go this week against the Texans. Obviously, T.Y. Hilton is a guy that Mr. Jacoby Brissett loves targeting. I think they're going to be throwing the ball a lot more when T.Y. Hilton is completely healthy and running it a bit less. Obviously, they've seen success with the run, but I think they are going to be looking to throw it to Mr. T.Y. Hilton. Next game here is the Vikings at the Lions. I'm going to be starting all the wide receivers in this game. Now, I'm going to be starting Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen is the most comfortable wide receiver for me on the Vikings. I know Adam Thielen every single week is going to be getting those looks, going to be getting the ball thrown his way, whether it's in the end zone or whether it is marching up the field by Mr. Kirk Cousins, because you like that. You know what I'm saying? You like that. Knock one time if you're with me, if you fucking like that. But you know what we also liked last week? Stephon Diggs absolutely eviscerating defenses. Stephon Diggs looked like a world beater. Stephon Diggs this week not going to look like a world beater. He's got the ant tag next to him because a lot of people are going to be already all riled up for Stephon Diggs after last week, and I am going to temper my expectations. I don't see another multiple touchdown game. I'm not even sure if he finds his way into the goddamn end zone this week. I am not too confident in Stephon Diggs. A lot of people are going to ride his cock into the next century thinking that Stephon Diggs is going to be great. It's what a lot of people did last week with Will Fuller. They were thinking, well, Will Fuller is going to be great again this week. He's going to play great. No, and you know what you saw it happen? He had a, whatever that word is for going back down to normalcy, going back down to how he's been playing all season. I think that's what happens to Stephon Diggs. Now he's a start. He's a start. He's a guy you're going to have to start. But I don't think I see 30 points in his future. Maybe just around 11 or 12. Now, Kenny Golladay looked amazing against the Green Bay Packers. Amazing may not even be the word for it. It was fucking fantastic. Amazing work from Kenny Galladay. No matter where the ball was thrown by Matt Stafford, he could have thrown that thing 300 yards behind him, and Kenny Galladay would have somehow made it there and caught it. Kenny Galladay is definitely the the Lions wide receiver to own. He's clearly the favorite target of him. Now, Marvin Jones still had a pretty not he had an okay game, but what you need to understand is that the Green Bay Packers put their best corner on Marvin Jones. They didn't put him on Kenny Galladay. Kenny Galladay absolutely ate. Marvin Jones had had the best corner on him, and he had an okay game. I think Marvin Jones is in for a bounce back spot this week against the Vikings. Next game here is the Jaguars at the Cincinnati Bengals, and Andy Dalton is gonna be eating this game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm gonna be starting up DJ Chark, do 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 do, baby Chark, do 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 do, baby Chark, because last week he got his ass locked down. Now, I know I told you I was a bit worried about it, but confidence is key. You can't be a pussy. You got to start your guy, DJ Chark, and he kind of disappointed. But this week against the Bengals, this week against an atrocious defense, this week against a defense that couldn't stop my ass, just put me in the fucking pads, I'll go run a train on the Bengals defense. And that is what DJ Chark and Minshew God are going to do this week. DJ Chark is going to prove all the haters wrong. Last week, he got locked up. This week, they're going to free him, and he is going to run and run like his name was fucking Forrest Gump. He's going to absolutely eat in this game. I love DJ Chark this week. Now, last week, Tyler Boyd got his ass locked down just like DJ Chark got the fucking lock on him. Throw the X up on him. He was absolutely canceled in that game. It was cancel culture this year. He got his ass canceled. This week though, against the Jaguars, without a guy named Jalen Ramsey, a guy who is now on the Rams, he is going to be without that. Tyler Boyd is going to have a bounce back game. I think Tyler Boyd's in for a pretty good game. And Auden Tate is that safe start, that safety valve that Andy Dalton has been looking for ever since my boy AJ Green has been gone. AJ Green will eventually come back. Is it this week? Probably not. One of these weeks, he will be back and he will be a start. But for now, I don't see him coming back so soon. I'm going to be sitting down Chris Connolly, all these other Jaguars wide receivers. It is just DJ Chark all day, every single day. I have no confidence in any of those other wideouts. Next game here is the Cardinals at the New York Football Giants. I'm going to be starting up Christian Kirk, given he is healthy. He's been banged up the last couple of weeks. Will he play this week? Who really knows? I'm recording this Monday night. On Tuesday, maybe you know, or I'm recording this Tuesday night, I should say. Wednesday, maybe you know a little bit more than me. Maybe you know, oh, Christian Kirk's going to go. Go ahead and play him if he's good to go. If not, Larry Fitz gets that boost. Now, Larry Fitz is playing up against a defense that is terrible. The Giants' defense is god-awful, and Larry Fitz should be able to have a monster game. We're going to be starting up Golden Tate for the Giants. Golden Tate had a monster game. Monster game against the Patriots. The Patriots' defense is good. You want to know what defense isn't good? The Cardinals. Now, Pat Pete is back. Pat Pete may be able to guard and lock up a bit Golden Tate, but I still think Golden Tate's in for a shit ton of targets from Mr. Daniel Jones and a hefty game this week against the the Cardinals, I should say. Sterling Shepard, his head is fucked up. Not really, but I mean he's in CTE City. He keeps getting those concussions, so I'm a bit worried about him. He's definitely probably not going to go this week, so that's why he's not here. Next game here is the Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. This is a start every single Bill ever out here. We're going to be starting OJ Simpson in this game. It's going to be a murder like it was Nicole out here, all right? The Dolphins are going to get eviscerated by Mr. Josh Allen. You're going to be starting up John Brown for the Buffalo Bills. John Brown is Mr. Josh Allen's number one target. I repeat, the number one target for him. He loves throwing the ball John Brown's way, but you know who else he loves throwing the ball to? Mr. Cole Beasley, Dak Prescott's old toy. Cole Beasley is going to look great this week against the Dolphins. The Dolphins couldn't stop anyone. They can't stop Cole Beasley. He's going to be getting the ball about 30,000 fucking times and is going to eat. And I'm going to be sitting down Preston Williams. Now, Preston Williams, if Josh Rosen, I should say, is the starter for the Dolphins, I have a lot more confidence in him, and he may be a start. But right now, I'm not sure if it's Fitzmagic or if it's Rosen, so I'm going to keep him on the bench. And Devontae Parker will never see my lineup. I can't stand that man. Next game here is the Chargers at the 10EC Titans, because you guys are the only 10 I see. I love every single one of you guys. Make sure you've clicked that subscribe button thus far. But let's get right in this. We're going to be starting up Mr. Keenan Allen. Now, Keenan Allen has not been performing all that much up to our likings the last couple of weeks. even against a tough Titans defense, I think he'll be able to have a pretty good game and warrant a start. Mike Williams, if healthy, has been the real guy that's getting a lot of targets, 10 plus targets in the game last week. I think Mike Williams would be in for a pretty good game given he is healthy. We're already seeing down A.J. Brown, Corey Davis, all those folks on the Titans because Ryan Tannehill, the man that has been ruining my dreams, caused them to be nightmares for the last couple of years as a Dolphins fan. He's coming in. Maybe he'll be even worse than Marcus Mariota. I mean, you can't do much worse than Marcus Mariota, but I have no trust in A.J. Brown or Corey Davis regardless. Next game here is the Ravens at the Seattle Seahawks, and Lamar Jackson versus Russell Wilson is quite the matchup to look upon for this week, but obviously this is a wide receiver video, not a quarterback video that's coming later tomorrow. So make sure you check that out as well. But we're going to be starting up Hollywood Brown, given he is healthy. Now, he's been banged up, did not play last week. If he plays this week, the Seahawks defense isn't that amazing, so I would be confident in starting him. But on the Seahawks side of the ball, Tyler Lockett is an every single week start. You saw him 2 weeks ago hit that absolute certified beauty toe tap against the LA Rams. I think this week he's in for a pretty good game against the Ravens. Now, DK Metcalf had a good game again last week. He has that baby pacifier mouth guard mouthpiece type deal. He looks good out there, and he's going to look good out there in your flex position. He's not a guy that's a wide receiver too. He's just a guy you put in your flex. You feel pretty comfortable because Russell Wilson likes throwing the ball his way. Next game here is the Saints at the Bears. Now, I'm going to be starting up only two wideouts in this game. The first wide receiver being of the Saints, Michael Thomas. Teddy Bridgewater loves throwing the ball Michael Thomas's way. I think Michael Thomas is in for a 10-plus target game against the Bears, even though the Bears defense is good. You got to temper your expectations a bit. You can't have your expectation, oh my God, Michael Thomas is going to be a top 10 wide receiver this week. No, I don't think he's going to have a top 10 wide receiver game this week. But what I do think is he's going to be in for a pretty decent game, and I'm going to be starting Michael Thomas. Now, Allen Robinson, on the other hand, has been okay. Chase Daniels, Mitch Trubisky, it doesn't matter. Allen Robinson is going to get a bit of work and would warrant a start against an okay Saints defense, but he kind of has the ant tag. Both these guys got the ant tag because they're not going to be too phenomenal this week. Next game here is an NFC East matchup of the Eagles at the Dallas Cowboys. Now, Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys have been absolutely terrible, god awful the past couple of weeks. Jason Garrett is clapping on the sidelines, clapping for nothing, clapping for them L's because they have looked terrible. I think the Eagles may be in for a win, but I think that the Cowboys are going to turn it around 360 in this game. I'm going to be starting Alshon Jeffrey of the Eagles. He's an every single week start for me. Carson Wentz clearly loves throwing the ball to him. Now, Michael Gallup is a start because I think Amari Cooper is likely going to be out. He's a start if he somehow magically, miraculously makes it into the game, but I don't think he's going to. Michael Gallup is a start. He's going to be Dak Prescott's favorite target this game. And I think, though, the one problem is that Mr. Jason Garrett and the offensive coordinator figured out, oh, maybe we should actually run the ball a bit. Maybe we should use the guy we paid millions of dollars to. Maybe we should use Ezekiel Elliott, and that's what they've been doing. But at the exact same time, I think Michael Thomas is still in for a monster game this week against the Eagles. I'm going to be seeing down Nelson Aguilar. Nelson Aguilar can't catch shit. Get him out of here. Sit him on your bench. Final game of the week here, the Monday Night Football matchup. A game to really just look ahead to. Just quite the great matchup. Patriots at the Jets. I'm just fucking kidding. Who wants to watch this? The Patriots are going to spank Sam Darnold and give him mono again. Who knows? It's going to be easy. Start Julian Edelman. Josh Gordon likely dead. Obviously not actually dead. Likely just not going to play. Fire up Julian Edelman. Robbie Anderson and Jamison Crowder get the for the Jets because they're playing against the Patriots. The Patriots defense has been locking guys down, but last week we saw Golden Tate get a bit loose, and maybe this week Robbie A or Jamison Crowder gets loose. Now, Jamison Crowder gets so many targets every single game that I think he will still be worthy of a start in PPR formats. Robbie Anderson, obviously, you're going to need a bigger play from him, but I think he's still an okay start. So thank you guys all for watching this video. If at any point you ended up chuckling, if at any point you ended up enjoying, make sure to click that subscribe button. Make sure you also have a great day. I love you all. Goodbye. Bye.